Hey guys, Thomas Sicily Jr. here, aka Mustached, here to review The Horde. This movie features Paul Logan as Mr. John, who is this SEALs military-esque type guy who's trying to propose to his wife and who is a teacher teaching these students about photography, and she's taking them to an after program type deal in the woods in this location where a bunch of cannibals have set up and have brought people in and have killed them and so on and so forth. uh, John does get to propose to his wife, and they think they're gonna live happily ever after, but things don't go too well. Uh, two of the teenagers are these makeout guy and girl. The other two are potentially trying to get together, and then we have this other rich prissy boy who constantly complains, and those are the teenagers we are following. And the two that were making out the entire time are the first to go as the cannibals isolate them and kill them when they went out to do their stuff. So they're gone. Uh, and the next night on the bonfire, while they are just about to split up and do different things, uh, the the horde attacks, capturing uh, everyone else and bringing them to this other location, while Mr. John gets left behind. He escapes the initial attack, and thus he sets up to try to rescue his wife as well as the others. And then the prissy boy is tortured and killed, um, where this guy is taking a pretty big break to talk about how he just loves eating and what he loves to eat and cannibalizing and all that stuff. There's a lot of blood and stuff as he cuts up his tongue and he takes off his leg. Uh, and while that is going on, Mr. John Seals guy suits up, steals one of the bow and arrows from one of the guys he kills, and he claims it as his own. And from this point, the movie virtually becomes Rambo as this guy goes after the rest of the cannibals, luring them out, putting traps on the floors, taking them out one by one. It turns into this pretty much virtual action movie. There's a scene earlier on where he's invaded by these people at the bar, and he pretty much kicks all their butts just to make sure the teens are safe. And now that there's almost nothing left to fight for except for his wife, because all the others have died except the young girl uh, who was with the guy that they were potentially going to get together. She was like the only one left alive, so at that point, yeah, it was pretty bad. But Mr. John Rambo here takes all the horde, and the guy behind these cannibals is just like this normal guy trying to make a business plan, trying to make enough money to get out of there, to potentially get to this island where they can just be whatever. So John recap saves not captures saves his wife and the young lady. They get out of there. They go to the this bar where they were at earlier on in the movie, and then we discover that the cops are also in on this little plan, as well as the barkeeper, who is related to the main bad guy of the movie. who's trying to make all that money. We were put in almost this bad spot where he has the two ladies captured, and John is also being withheld. But he manages to pull through, get out of the situation, using his training, his wits, and his smarts to outsmart the group there. And then he takes out all three, the police guys, and then the other one, as well as the bartender who's in on it, and the main bad guy. Then proceeds to light the place on fire, which is a pretty common thing. He burns like a lot of stuff in this movie. He burns their main supply, that guy's main bad guy supply earlier on, and that draws him out, which led to the whole Rambo bit. Um, the movie doesn't focus too much on the teens, much more on him. The teens pretty much are there just to be cannon fodder, virtually. Other than that, this movie pretty much turns into Rambo, as I said, and I actually enjoyed that. I just it fulfills the action bit very well, and the horror is more focused on the blood and the guts stuff going on there, and probably more visually stuff that's happening, because there aren't really too many jump scares, which I'm actually thankful for. So there is that. So I actually enjoyed this movie. It was just a lot of fun. It had the action and it had the blood and the guts, so it was pretty good. I gave it a 7 out of 10. This is like the first horror movie I've enjoyed since one of the other horror movies I enjoyed last year, but a bit more. But it's a rare experience to get a horror movie in this nature, so there is that. And with that being said, definitely check it out. And with that being said, this has been Thomas Cecily Jr., aka Mustache Tom, and I'll see you guys next time.